Good evening, everybody. Welcome along to BBC. It is the start of season 12 in BBC1, and we are in Austria for the Austrian Grand Prix. We're at the Red Bull Ring, and there aren't many better places to open a season than the Red Bull Ring. Of course, it opened the Formula 1 season back in 2020 with a doubleheader post-COVID, and it's going to open the BBC season 12. There's been a few events Austria down the years that I think we'll all remember. I think one of them was in Jim's trailer for this season. And beside that, I'm delighted to say I am joined by the man of the moment, Mr. TK. Good evening, TK. How are you?
Good evening. I'm okay. Hopefully I can survive the whole race without having to close my eyes. However, I'm looking forward to this one. You know, last time we were sat here commentating about Austria, we saw something that I don't think will be repeated ever again in BBC. So now that I said that, it will probably happen. However, we are back.
We are definitely, and it's an exciting prospect this new season. A fantastic grid, and so many drivers that are in the shout for the title. Right then, let us get onto the calendar. Of course, we did that last week. We'll have a quick look at it. We're at Austria, of course, round 1. We'll be at Bahrain next week, and we're going 15 rounds until we end at Abu Dhabi in October. Thanks to Jaffa, who subscribed with Prime. But here we go. This is the grid. The first man on the lap is Joe Murphy, the reigning champion.
He's on Inters.
But he's on an Inter, yeah.
Actually, BRT, it's CM, which is Chaz. So, in the Ferrari.
Coming to
We've
turn
got a
4.
few reserves around here, and one of them that comes up to mind is Dracaris from IFE. GSR Jake, I think. No, he's actually full time. I forgot. He was a last minute substitution. I think BRT Jordan's a reserve for tonight. There's a few of them here, but nevertheless. Well, the Ferrari has invalidated. So who's next? I think. Speaking of Dracaris, I think he'll be next.
I think he will. Where is he? Can only apologise. That overlay is gone. Thank you. I'm sorry for that. I obviously didn't spot that when I was changing. Right, Dracaris, yeah, he's gone fast. It's 7 flat. There's a lot of time to find there. There's no way he's only
Absolutely.
on 3/10 faster than an Inter. Surely.
Yeah. I have a feeling that's not his best time.
Sky Spider made a good point in the chat actually that there are four BBC1 champions on the grid tonight. Of course, BRT, Kiwi, and Sky Spider both have 4 each, don't they? Joe Murphy won the season before. Who's the other one? I've completely forgotten.
I mean, Kiwi's championships were against tier 3 drivers, so we don't really count them. Right? But he did win 4 of them. He did. That is true.
Eli, you got 4 ads. I'm not doing the ads. I've not pressed a single button for that ad, so I'm incredibly happy because I've done absolutely nothing for it. We've got Chaz around the final corner. Dracaris does go faster, 4.9. That's more like it, but Chaz goes 4.4. That's half a second off of that time. Nick went 8.7 on the medium tyre. That is also interesting. It's not necessarily blistering, but he's coming around the final corner, going to set another lap time. Of course, shortest lap on the calendar, and he's gone 4.6 in this Q1 session.
He is, and there's a few people on Inter, so I wonder, they're getting their runs in, see how the setup is. Well, it's exposure for one of them is currently going for his start of Sector 3. Venfam's there, familiar faces back for the new game. I forgot that he's actually in the Alpha. Full time as well, so we'll be keen to see how he goes through in tonight's session. Whereas I'm trying to figure out who the next car is on the lap. I think it's Lexus 7, which is BRT Lau. I think it was a 16 in sector 1. I don't know what the exact time was, but I'll follow that car as he goes through the sector 2. So he brakes after the 50-meter brake board, puts the power down now, takes curb nicely. 44.7. I would say he's purple to, well, no one really. Because I think it does the top 10 if you're in the bottom 10, and there's no time set there. So I've managed to learn that
Wait, is that the case?
Months of commentating. Yeah, I think so.
I didn't know that.
There you go. Oh,
4 flat. That's not too bad.
that's a decent banker. That's better than what we've seen, obviously. I do forget as well, it's full quali this time around, so no more short quali shenanigans. People won't be pushing as they did last season.
The Kiwi's gone full pelt for a 6.9. I think that is his maximum time that he's extracting from the car. I don't see him going any quicker than that. We've got is that Radius to the line? Radius has invalidated the time on an Inter, which is impressive.
Spider's going to be up next on the soft tyres. He's not invalidated there. He was pretty close to doing that, and he's got a 3.8 banker.
And that's the
Q1.
First lap in the 1 minute 3.
Yeah.
I mean, Sky Spider, I feel like he's only ever in a Mercedes, Rebel, or Ferrari.
It is true. I think it's true. I think that's the only car, these are the only cars he's been in BBC, I believe. So, very consistent.
Kiwi's improving here. He's going to come through turn 9 and turn 10. Final two ones, of course, Lint and the Red Bull Mobile corners. To the line he comes. Kiwi's going to set a time, P5, 4.6, but then just behind him, Kian's gone 4.1 in his Red Bull car to put himself on that provisional second row, but of course this is Q1. So this is not going to be setting the grid at all unless you are 16th or lower. Joe Murphy.
Yeah,
oh no, he's starting a lap time then.
No,
I thought he was coming to the line.
Jake next. Speaking of below P16, he's going to get himself second with a 3.8.
Just behind Sky Spider.
Well, that's probably around where you want to be. I mean, I wonder where Joe Murphy's going to end up for proper time because, well, S7 is obviously not his time. He could do a lot better. I mean, I was in the party when they were doing sessions, so, and they've been cooking. I won't lie. They've been cooking in sessions. So
cooking up a stew.
Hopefully.
Hopefully for their sake. Ryan's invalidated. That's a skill issue there. But Lou, I think, is coming to the line. Is he? No, it's not him. That was the
exotic planes.
I like how they've actually got the little logos now this year. So that, you know, instead of just the colours.
It makes life so much easier as a commentator.
Yeah.
Actually,
so
exotic planes goes P3.
Well, I know someone who's Joe Murphy's gone fastest, 7.3, so 3.7. 7.3 is around what Kiwi would be doing, although he has gone 4.6. DJ Perks on a medium tyre, where can he go? It's only that's all.
Yeah, that's not a respectable time.
No.
Something must have happened.
No, I was going to say someone I know is colourblind with blue, and so on the mini map. The Mercedes, Alpine, Williams, Red Bull and Alpha Tauri all look the same. So it's like without the it's impossible to actually tell if you didn't have the logo. It's impossible to tell which team is which team because it just looks like one team of 10 drivers. But yeah, that's they've made it accessible now. So EA Sports ticking the box there. Griffiths is next.
That's not a good time, I can already see. Or is it?
Oh,
no, it's not.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
4.5. Just behind his teammate, Chaz. Joe Murphy's done for the session. He should be through with a 3.7 exotic planes, I think. Was that jump? No, he didn't jump up 4. That's my eyes. Slapbus, I think, actually, no. Slapbus jumped up to 5th. 3.9. That's who I saw. Perks gone 8th. Oh, yeah.
3.8.
Perks and Zix Motion both jumped up. Everyone's jumping up. Is that Dracaris going 9th? It is Dracaris going 9th. Radius starting a lap time. Everyone's decided that now's the time to get it going, though. Jordan's not going fast on this lap.
Indeed, Ryan will be next one to cross the line, I believe, to set a proper time. I've seen people say he could win this race tonight, so but we'll see what happens in Q1 as he now goes P2 behind Joe Murphy. 3.77. Very, very close and competitive. If you look at the top 5, it's a 10th in it.
Yeah,
which is lovely to see.
But Austria always serves up a close quali, doesn't it?
Always does, always does. Penguin's going to go across the line. He's in P10, 4.3.
And Nick goes
And
P9.
I think someone else is jumping.
Yeah, Nick goes P9 flat. We've got a Ferrari towards the line. I think it's BRT Griffith, but that is not a fast time in anyone's book, even by BBC3 Q1 standards. That's Kian to the line. That's not an improvement either. But there's Radius.
Radius!
He goes faster than the Williams car. Now, the Williams have had the worst 2 seasons on the history of the planet in BBC1 since Christmas. But that's a nice little incentive for the team. Look at that, P1, just ahead of Joe Murphy. But yeah, it's still so close. Top 5, still within a tenth of a second.
Indeed. Right, so Ventham's on the mediums, and he's P90 at the moment, and it'll be very interesting to see how he does here as he goes P16 on the mediums. Kiwi has appeared he was not improving on his 4.6 and finds himself P19.
He's got the slowest time that has been set so far.
Yeah, he will have one go. He will have one more. But I'm looking at the gap. I'm just looking here, and it's not looking so sunny in Styria. It's very, very cloudy, and I wonder if there's going to be any twists and turns.
I liked that line. It's not sunny in Styria. I'm going to write that one down. Kian has gone 3.9, just behind his teammate Thinks Motion. I mean, I've seen this in a couple of qualifying. Somehow the teammates seem to find each other. Ryan and Jake are 3rd and 5th. The Red Bulls are 6th and 7th. You've got the Hasses 14th and 15th. The AlphaTauris 18th and 20th. They just seem to be close together, and I don't really know how that's happened. But this is the 3rd time that I've noticed that kind of pattern. We'll have to see if they stay close, and whether the AlphaTauris, who are being very true to life at the moment, being 18th and 20th, can get out of that bottom 5. Lou's going to do his best. He's going to run to the line. Where can he go? We know his pace.
Did he even set a time? Was he going for one? I swear it was an outlap.
Was he invalidated?
Yeah, it was an outlap.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Brilliant.
I did all that setup for that, and that's dearie me.
Lou's
right.
on 15.8, and he's just slid through that return. I think that's turn 3. It was turn 3. He just slid through, almost drifted like in Tokyo Drift. And
did the rear locking? Is it the rear locking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's literally done that for turn 3, which is interesting. I haven't actually seen that in person, apart from now, as people are starting to retire within good reason, really. I mean, they should see themselves through very, very easily. But yeah, never mind. Lou will be going for the last few corners. As a Ferrari, I don't think they'll be improving unless... No, there won't be. And Lou's going to go across the line. 3.855.
I mean, that's a banker, realistically, isn't it, for Lou? So that's not a bad time.
I mean, he would take it, obviously.
Well, welcome, everyone. I've just seen the viewer number jump up a little bit, so good evening. 2 Alpines in the top 5, Jim. Yes. That is a very, very good point. But then again, there's 2 Williams in the top 10, and I don't think that's happened since about season 5 in the BBC.
Sounds about right.
It does feel like that, though. Chaz, CM is improving.
That's how far. Yeah, he's improving, and to be honest, it wouldn't really shoot up by much. If he can nail sector 3 here, he can get himself some few sweet spots, but 2 attempts is a lot of time to get in. We'll find out as he goes through the last corner. He's going to go across the line with a 4.0, gets himself 11th, just ahead of H7 and McLaren with 4.003, and
ooh, Perks.
I think so. Just jumped up. Perks 3.7. Nicely done there. Dracaris, I think, is going for a lap. Ventham's improving. I can't really find who.
Lau 3.80 has just jumped up. And he's in 5th now. I mean, I mean, Kiwi, oh, bless him, is currently the slowest by more than 2 tenths. But you know, the entire field spread, even with that, is only 9 tenths. So it's a very tight qualifying session.
Quality.
Yeah.
Ventham's 4 tenths up at the moment.
on a soft as well now. This could go into the top. Well, I say top 5. It's so close. It's so difficult to place where the drivers are going to go after that Sector 2 split, isn't it? But let's see. In the Alfa Romeo, he goes 6th. He slots in between Lau. Yeah, between Lau and Sky Spider, and there's not much space there, is there? To slot yourself in.
BRT Jordan 15th with a 4.05. I mean, it will be very close. Nick is improving. Griffiths is improving in Sector 1. Dracarys doesn't improve. Kiwi isn't. Well, he's not improved Sector 1. Sector 2, he's up by near enough 3 tenths. It's obviously not enough. What's happened?
Nick has snuck in. He's 14th, 3.9. He's pushed Jordan provisionally out unless he can get a lap time in. Chaz is right on the bubble, and this is Kiwi's probably last attempt. No.
18th. Yeah, 18th. Well, that's very unfortunate, and Kiwi is not looking good there. I will be honest.
But look at the name down. Look at the names down here: Griffiths, Kiwi, Penguin, 17th, 18th, and 19th. Griffiths is going to try and change that to the line. He does just 3.98. I mean, literally, currently. Well, actually, no. Chaz is out. Right? He is 2.7 tenths off for the fastest time in this session.
That's mental.
I've never seen a session this close. Plains has gone P3 with a 2/10 improvement. He's 1,000th in front of Ryan. We see a couple more drivers cross the line. Was that Jordan? He's starting a lap time just at the time he needs to. Nick's going to run to the line. I don't think he's improving.
On the time by a little bit in Sector 1, so we should probably watch him as he's the only driver that could get himself out of that danger zone. As Kiwi, Jordan, Dracarys won't improve.
Oh no, Dracarys is on a lap. Dracarys is on a lap.
Is he?
Yeah, he is. He was just up on the time. Slapbus is going to be on the bubble as well. He's the next one to cross the line. He's 300ths up. I mean, the times are so insanely close here. I mean...
Oh, and Penguins ruined it. That's him gone. Yeah, that's him done.
Oh no. Right, Slapbus, I think he should be able to get himself safe with this lap, but he can't improve. It's 2,000. You say Penguin invalidated. He does indeed. Griffiths.
Yeah, he's done.
Griffiths is done. It's all on Dracarys then. It's all on Dracarys. It's Dracarys or Nick to go through here. Let's see. The Haas driver is hoping to make it 2 Haas's in Q2, but he invalidates at the final couple of corners. What would the time have been? I really want to see whether he would have done it. No, he wouldn't. Oh, 4.1. He only would have been 18th place. So Nick is safe, but the field spread there is just over 5.5 tenths for the entire field. And the top 10 is 1.16 tenths. I mean, that's absolutely mental.
Welcome back to BBC1, everybody. That's what I'm going to say. Welcome back.
Oh, we've missed it. We have missed it badly. But let's have a look at the qualify. I just want to see the pluses. Look at that! There are 9 drivers within a tenth of a second at the top. I've never seen that before, ever.
That's literally F1 esports level.
That is F1 esports level. This is madness. I mean, Chaz was just over a quarter of a second off of the fastest time, and he's out. That's mental. But there you go. The eliminees are Chaz, CM21, Jordan, Kiwi, Penguin, and Dracarys. But the fastest time is a 3.73. This pole is quite literally anybody's game. And if that's anything to go by, the gaps to be out in Q2 are going to be absolutely nothing.
Well, if Q1 has anything to say about that, well, Q2 should be even tighter. As we now, the sunlight has come out in Spielberg, so yeah, very nice. No more clouds, thank God. It looked depressing right at the end of the qualifying, so.
But now it looks resplendent.
As long as the sunlight may continue.
Yeah, exactly, wonderful.
Exactly.
It's like a great British summer every 5 minutes, and then it rains.
That is.
It's been raining a lot, hasn't it? And I know you're relatively near to me in terms of location. I mean, it's been raining so much.
It has. It's been very, very awful. My internet took a big hit as a result.
Yeah.
Every now and again, but.
Yeah, it's awful. Oh, hello. Overtaking. Jake's overtaken Slapbash.
Yeah, a lot of people are coming up for their runs.
We've got 6 so
Straight away.
far. Like a
Yeah.
cat out of the bag. Both Alpines, a Williams, a Haas, a Red Bull, a Merc, and an Aston Martin.
Used tyre runs. I mean, I gathered that. It's just weird to see about half the grid just go out. Does make sense though.
I love how Ryan has typed that in as well whilst on his outlap. Complete respect. Right
Well,
then, Jake is going to be on a lap. We'll have to see what the time is going to be. We'll go on board with the Alpine driver. Comes into the final corner, sets up the time, and off he goes.
off he goes indeed. I mean, I think despite the new soft tyre, he gets to find out, and he's going to set us up for the next minute or so as people will be slowing down some of the try and get their run done. And GSRJ now 16.0. Can certainly improve for that. So you can definitely tell this looks like a warm tyre situation. I see it approaching turn 3, nice and approaching turn 4. And how is that going to end up for Jake? He goes to third, option to fourth there. Thought he'd option to fourth immediately, but he didn't do that. Stayed in third all the way through going in that corner. As he stays with fifth here, finds the car down here. There'll be a 44.9 72 split. For the GSR driver, newly GSR driver, of course, he was PPP previously. As some may know from BBS qualifiers the other week, as he invalidates, and that's him done.
Right, I'm going to try and adjust the audio settings because a couple of people said that you would too. Oh, let's turn that down.
See, I don't have the problem. I have it turned down to like 5, everything, just in case.
Right, that, I think, right. Right, TK talk, really.
Hello. Hello,
right,
welcome.
How's that, everybody? Is that better?
Maybe they should listen to me. Maybe that's a positive thing, not the truth.
5 would be perfect, okay, I'll put it on 5. Anything for you, Jim. There you go.
Anyway, why is there a Haas just... Okay, just gonna let everyone through, okay. Well, while you were doing your settings, Spider set a 3.9, Luger set a 3.9, Lauer's put a 3.9, but Joe Murphy got a 4.0, Zig's Motion 4.3, and Slap was a 4.4, so you can definitely tell this old softs are coming out for this session.
Yeah. But they're still close. I mean, look, the top 4 are still split by 600.
Indeed. I'm just trying to figure out who's on the lap. So Exotic Planes has invalidated, so that's him gone of the conversation. It's Ryan's in the pits. Benford's going to cross the line. He's going to go again. That must have been a huge mistake for him. Perks is invalidated. He's done with his run for the time being. I think
Planes
might be Nick. Nick
yes.
is going to be next. This isn't a best of times again. Literally, I think everyone has been on the new softs. So
because with it being such a short lap, you can get in so many more runs here, can't you? So
yeah,
they're more likely
to do that. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Right then, Griffiths ran the final corner in his Scarlet Ferrari. To the line he comes, 4.0. It's exactly the same time as Joe Murphy. To the 1000th, it's the same time. I'm not even surprised we've seen an exact copy of time this evening.
No, I would be surprised, but yeah, it's Austria. It's probably expected, I'll be honest. And well, we got it already in Q2.
Yeah.
So that's nice. I think is DJ Perks on the lap? I would imagine he is.
I know Exotic Planes is, and he's coming to the final corner.
Vedfem was on the lap, but he's not anymore. He invalidated his run, and someone behind him did as well.
Planes.
Vedfem's gonna go again. He's recharged his battery. He's gonna go. He's gonna have a go again.
Planes has gone 5th, 4th flat. We'll go with.
We saw that's not enough in Q3, so.
Yeah.
But again, well, we will know the true sort of times around in 9 minutes time. But yeah, a 4.0 wasn't enough in Q3, so I wonder, I don't know, 3.8, I think, might just get someone knocked out at this rate. I suppose we'll have to find out and see.
I mean, we've got...
Radius is on a lap. He is 44.6 for the Williams driver. Bentham's 2 seconds up in sector 1. Sector 2, he's 5 seconds up. So there's that. Radius is gonna go across the line with a 3.9, goes P4. Bentham's boxed.
Not sure what the thought process was there exactly for Ventham, but
Wow.
you know, he's currently out. He's going to have to find the time. Lau's going to be the next one to set a lap time, but he's only just starting the lap now. There's no one else on hot laps at the moment.
Slap bus will be. That was his out lap, so he's going to be starting a lap as we speak. So I mean, we could focus on the man in the Williams. I mean, at this point, I think everyone else will be behind him setting time. So
no, Lau's the first one.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was Slap Bus. Never mind. But yeah, I'll make sure to keep tabs on him anyway, as we will be the car behind. But yeah, so Lau with a 3.9 so far. Will want to get a better time than that as approaches. Oh, losing time though. A time down. It's not the greatest of times, and I wonder. This will probably be. Yeah, he'll probably box, and it looks like it. And yeah, there you go. It's in the pits.
So we will go back to Slapbus to see what his time's going to be.
He was up, but not by much in sector 2, so...
Let's see how much time he picks up in this final sector. It's not really a big final sector, but he picks up a couple of tenths. But he's still only a 4.2, and that is not going to be safe come the end of the session. Ryan goes fastest.
There we go.
And that's on fresh tyres. Zink's Motion as well, 3.7, goes quicker. Jake is going to come to the line, but he doesn't set an actual time. We've got Joe Murphy running to the line, of course, reigning champion. Where does he go? P2, 3.50.
The times are racking in. There we go. So much better times already. Puts a smile on my face. But yeah, Lou, I think, is going to set a time now. I'm trying to figure out who the next one is.
It won't be Slapbus.
No, it won't.
I don't think it'll be
Jake?
Yes, I think it's Jake.
It is. Well, let's watch the Alpine car. Jim will be supporting the Alpine. I've seen him support the Alpine for a bit in the chat, and Jake, 48.2. I don't think that's. I know he's recharging his battery. I've just noticed, so he'll be going for a proper lap soon. So it's actually not him next. Who's there? 44.6 split for DJ Perks and P15. I think Lou's gonna be going across the line into P3, 3.7 for the ART driver. Kian is behind. Oh, DJ Perks goes up to 3.774, and Kian's a 10th up in sector 2, and well, he can certainly gain time in sector 3 as a little bit, and he does so. He gained a temporary there. Goes, joins his teammate, well, his ART teammate in P4 as Exotic Planes crosses the line. Another ART driver at 3.6.
Ryan thinks he's safe there. He probably will be as well. We've got Sky Spider running to the line. Is this a lap or an out lap? It's an out lap. So he's not setting one there. That's Jake coming back into the pit lane. No, it's not. Jake's on the lap. He's coming around the final couple of corners. Gets the car in, bottoms out a little bit over that exit curb. But let's see what the time is to the line. He goes fastest. It's an Alpine 1-2 at the moment. 3.47, 3.48 for them as it stands. Lau to the line as well. That might have been an outlap, though. Ventham is on an outlap.
More than likely. More than likely. I
Kian,
think Spider's the next person set a time.
he's a 10th up in that first sector, which is only the single corner, just over, or just under 2/10 up in the second sector as well.
Wow, we'll find out how he turns out to be in Sector 3. I mean, Kian and the rest of the guys could gain about a 10th to 2/10 if you get a good run, and Spider gets, well, a 10th. He goes to P4 of 3.6 here.
Is there a point? There's a point for pole now, isn't there? Is there a point for pole? I'm like,
I'm not gonna say what I don't know. It's what I'm gonna say. I have
Kiwi,
no
is
idea,
there a
I
point
don't
for
remember.
pole? Or Jim? Anyone who knows?
I can't confirm nor deny.
Yes, Jim says
Lau
yes.
goes P6, 3.68. There is a pole point. Ellis, who's out in Q1? Chaz, mate. That's all you need to know. There you go.
Chaz,
His
Kiwi,
annual
Penguin.
BBC1 Q1 outage.
Chaz, Kiwi, Penguin, and yearly, I'd say weekly.
Yeah, sorry, weekly, yeah. Jimbo just said the usuals. There you go.
Radius is coming to the line. He's improving on the time. This could go top 4, and it goes fastest.
Oh, there you go.
Not just top 4.
3.4.
2 thousandths.
Sorry, 3.472, yeah.
Goodness me. Griffiths, the pressure's now on him to perform. He's going to come out of... Oh, that's an outlap. Nick's on an outlap as well. Is anyone on an actual lap? Yeah, you're right. You are correct, TK. Right, we'll have to see what this time is.
Yeah, he's been struggling in Q2. Hopefully he can do a bit better than that. 5 seconds up. I mean, it will put him to a 4.7, 4.6, but he can certainly squeeze a lot more time, and hopefully he can do that as he manages to keep his car on track. Doesn't cut that corner. I know you can do that, but Ventham goes only P12.
I mean, if he found a 10th, he'd be 7th.
Yeah.
That's slightly mental.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate for Ventham. Definitely could have gained a lot more time for his lap, but, well, never mind. 3.7. Just trying to find out who's on the time and on the lap, but it's very difficult to find who it is.
Is it Ventham? No. Lau? No. That Sky's... It's going to be Lou. And Lou's just coming to turn 3 now. Just going through that hairpin, up the hill. And he's the next one to set a lap time here. Currently in P9. But I'm sure he'll want a better time to make it a little bit safer.
Well, from the start, you know, like you mentioned in Sector 1, there's literally about 2 corners in Sector 1. And he's already gained a 10 through that Sector 1, so we'll be wondering to see how he's going to maintain the pace in Sector 2. He's still a 10th up, which is very good progress. So I would shoot him up to about P5, maybe higher, if he can get the Sector 3 right and spot on. As he stays at gear 6 through the second to last corner here. As here we go, Lou plants the power down. Can he get himself in the top 5? He can, with a 3.5.
Good time for him there. I think the times are going to start to peel in.
Right. Kian is going to go across the line. P6 joins this ART team of 5.68. Vedfem's out. Flatbus is out.
We got Nick to the line. Can he go through? No, he can't. He's out as well. Zinx Motion goes safe. 7th place for him. It's Griffiths, who has started a time. DJ Perks is also out.
No, he's down. That's it. He's 11 seconds down. So that's done.
Ah, yeah. So that's that then. That is the end of the session. It's going to be Perks, Ventham, Slapbus, Griffiths, and Nick all out.
If you disregard Nick's time, it's less than 4/10 between 14th and 1st.
Yeah.
And there's a 10th between less than a 10th between 1st and 6th.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh, it's
Oh
so
my
close.
Well, it's honestly anyone's game. In fact, this calls for prediction in the chat, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Because I couldn't predict a pole kicker right now. No idea. Genuinely, no idea.
Um,
Oh.
right then. Um, interesting, interesting happenings in the BBC. Perks. Oh, there's the results.
There we go.
Radius is the fastest. But he apparently set the fastest time as Jake. But I swear Jake had a 4.74. Either way, they were incredibly close. I mean, if that's anything to go by, they're dead level. Ryan, Jake's teammate, is third. Joe Murphy and Lou are also in the hunt. Keenan, Zinx Motion, the two Red Bulls look hungry for a pole point. With Sky Spider, Dr. Plains, and Lau going to be the other ones fighting it out. Perks, Ventham, Slapbus, Griffiths, and Nick are all eliminated. And we've got just 12 more minutes of qualifying before we find out who's going to be on pole.
Wow. I've just seen Kiwi decided to tweet eliminations in tier 1. We've never done that in on the Twitter, but we've done it now, and I don't know why he did it, because he had to include himself in there, but listen, I'm not gonna judge. Fair play. Alright, someone's put 1 bunga coin on Radius to get pole. 30 on. Someone put 30 on Ryan to get pole. Someone put more money on. How about that? Back somebody here, I reckon.
It's difficult, to be fair.
I mean, yeah, I did say it's pretty. It's difficult to predict one. Oh, and I've just seen someone jump up to 5,000. Ryan someone put 5,000 on Ryan. Someone put 10,000. Someone put 10,000 on Ryan as well as Radius. There you go. I encourage people to put more money on, and now they have.
Are you encouraging betting, TK?
No, I take it all back. I do not endorse gambling. Gambling is bad. If you're underage, please don't gamble unless it's with your parents.
Please gamble responsibly. We need Ray Winston in here. We need. You may love the BBC, but just gamble. I can't do that. I'm not gonna do that again. Jim's gonna clip that. Right. So Joe Murphy's the first one out of the box. He'll be the first one setting a lap time.
Please gamble responsibly. I mean, listen, if you lose money, what do? You just carry on. Hold it more money and you carry on. That's
no.
See, Zhao knows. Jack, anyway, I can no more talk about gambling before I may get my stream gets taken out by Twitch and its terms of services. And Joe Murphy's gonna start us off with the first lap of Q3 and knowing that everyone apart from Radius is on an outlap, sounds like old tire run for me yet again. It's a 16, nearly dead, but that 1,000 had to creep itself in the way. But nevertheless, Joe Murphy number 16-0 to kick us off in sector 1 as starts slowing down to go for a run, an old tire run. Joe Murphy has a little bit of a moment in sector 2. Is just going to approach the long left-hander as he takes the curb nicely. 44.6. Where's this gambling? I have nothing. Elliot's been banned from gambling. Unlucky, my friend. No gambling for you. As Joe Murphy's going to go through the second corner. What would it have been? It would have been a 4 anyway. 4.0. So not really lost much. Exotic Plains. We're just gonna go across the line with a 3.7 in Q3. I'm trying to find the next car, and it's Ryan who's actually boxing. Keenan's invalidated. Lou will be next, 44.3 for the Alpha Tauri driver. Here we go. What's going to be? Lou's going to cross the line, 3.4 banker, very solid indeed. GSR Jake follows him into the podium position with a 3.5 as Lau now, licks 7, 3.735. And Spider now knocks the McLaren out of that position in P3, unfortunately for him. Zinx motions on a lap, not even validated. Right. Fun fact about the track. So, it's in an area called Styria, a very, very hilly area. It's obviously the shortest track in the calendar, I believe. What else can I say?
It was first built as the Österreichering, and it was one of Hermann Tilke's first tracks.
Oh, not Tilke. See, I know that name, and I don't associate that name with good things about tracks.
To be fair, I think he's made a few crackers. I mean, Bahrain, I think, is fantastic. Sochi's quite a lot of fun, especially on the game, when it was on the game.
Yep.
But he has made a few Sepang, everyone loves Sepang. If you
know what, fair enough.
If you don't like Sepang, you know, it's a bit on Kota and Kota. I think that settles the deal, frankly. Sorry.
Radius goes across the line with a 3.834. Jaffa says Russia quiet W.
I wouldn't put it like that.
I wouldn't say that. I would say he'd probably.
I wouldn't put it like that.
Not in these days. These days it's not a quiet W, I'm afraid. He just realised what you said.
Yeah.
You shouldn't say that with no context.
Not sure about that one, Jaffa.
You could have said Sochi.
Yeah.
But no, someone's gonna screenshot that now.
Oh, and also, last one, he did Baku.
Okay, I do like Baku. You know what? There's certainly an argument.
But he did Hanoi. He did Hanoi.
Well, look how that went out. We didn't actually have a race.
We never had a race there.
We will never have a race anyway, unless good money comes from Vietnam. But anyway,
that only exists in F1 esports.
There you go. There you go.
Well, there we go. Ryan's on a lap. One of the Alpines.
Indeed, favourite in the chat to get pole. He has 27,000 bunker coins on him to deliver the goods for the people betting on him. So, but I know that Radius is a close second. So we'll wonder and see where the bunker coins go. So.
Well, Ryan's gonna hope it goes to whoever's voted for him. Let's hope he hasn't voted for himself, though. We don't want an Ivan Tony scenario in the BBC.
No. Yeah, we don't want that, mate. Don't want that. Anyway, Ryan's gonna go across the line, 3.4 banker, and that will satisfy the people betting on him in the chat. Going ahead of Lou by near enough 300ths, or over 300ths actually. That'll satisfy the people there. 3.2 pole. I mean, it's possible. Definitely possible. We will have to find out and see what happens. So, Joe Murphy is going slow. He's not going to be setting a time yet. Zinx Motion's going to be up next for 44.4 Sector 2 split. Ciao, for God's sake. Why did the Ukrainians have to be childish and take away Sochi?
Oh, no.
Let's not get political here.
Oh, no.
Anyway, Zinx Motion. Let's go across the line for 3.512.
It's a good time.
In beef. Very good time and very close to his competitors tonight. As Exotic Plains is going to go into the pits, and Joe Murphy will be the only one on track to set a time as he's 200ths up, which, well, doesn't mean really much as he is on a 109.9. He's going to get himself a toe from Zinx Motion, which is very kind from him, obviously. I would assume they're both in a separate part, well, in a party together, I mean. helping each other out in some way or another. So we'll be wanting to see how Joe Murphy does, as he's 5.8 seconds quicker, 4.42 per second to 2, which could very well be true based off where he is, and he's not below the top 10 obviously, as his Q3, and well, 3 minutes 39, and he's going to the pits. He's at the moment, and that's him gone.
He's going to have to do it all on that final lap then, isn't he?
Indeed.
He's only got the one chance. So he's gonna hope it pays off.
Well, similar to Radius, I think, as well. He's probably gonna have one chance to try it and get himself a good time. I mean, he's got a 3.8 at the moment, which, I mean, for a banker is okay, but he's got a mountain to climb if he wants to overtake the likes of Ryan and Lou at the top, who have just gone out on an outlap. So we'll have to find out and see how they do in a couple of minutes' time. As Radius,
Double outlap. Double outlap.
I think he's just burning. I think he's just burning fuel at this point.
Yeah. Because of course this track is so short. I think the minimum amount of fuel you can put in does at least 3 laps.
Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, burning fuel it is. Where's the Just Stop Oil protesters when you need them?
Well, to be fair, they are good at getting tickets to things.
That they are. Someone's probably gonna have an opinion about Just the Ball protesters in the chat. Maybe, I don't know.
Lau's on a lap. I think, yeah, he's actually going for it here. He's not doing that double outlap nonsense. He's going straight for it. Let's see what he can do then. He's currently P6, 3.753 is the time. He's the sole McLaren in this Q3 session, and he's 8,000th up through Sector 1. He's got another
Looks really good.
I mean, there's only 1, 2, 3. There's only...
backed out.
Yes, backed out. Right, behind him is Zinx Motion, who's on an outlap. Lou, who is not going at full speed. Jake. Who's not going at full speed. We've got... I
want to say Exotic Planes. I want to say Exotic Planes is on the lap, but I'm not sure anymore.
He was 8,000th up, wasn't he?
Yeah, I assume he's... I mean, he looked okay. I think he is on the lap. So, and he will be the next one to set a time compared to everyone else who just decided to burn fuel. Yeah, there you go. He's nearly 2 times up. There you go. That is the time and a half compared to everyone else. Not outlap. Never mind.
This could go top 4.
Planes. Could be. Oh, but the curb line.
Oh.
A bit, and that's done. And I think he's gonna invalidate next lap as well.
Well, he won't have a
So
PRS.
that's it done.
Kian's gone 5th, 3.57 to the line. We've got a Williams of Radius to the line. He goes fastest.
3.43.
He is fastest. Sky Spider goes second fastest. He can't quite double him. It's 8,000.
Ryan's next.
Oh, and he's massively up on the time.
Here we go. I mean, the people betting on Radius seem happy, but here comes BRT Ryan. If he doesn't mess this up, well, he could be on for original fall, and well, who can blame him? He's been absolutely fantastic in qualifying. He gets himself a 3.3, and that's a second attempt clear of second and third.
Zinx Motion and Lau have both invalidated their times. They're not improving. Jake is down and he invalidates the time. Lou has invalidated the time. Kian isn't improving. It's all on Joe Murphy. Joe Murphy's the last runner. He's gone 44.2 for the middle sector. He's taken a lot of inside curb there. Is that the best line through there? I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's far quicker than me, so he might have a far better line. Through the final 2 corners then, through turn 9, absolutely flying the car through there. Turn 10, get the nose in, get the rear in shape and drive to the line. Joe Murphy, the reigning champion, can he do it? No, he can't! By 200ths or 300ths, just about. Ryan's on pole. And what a tight
There we
session. Ryan in the Alpine is on pole. Joe Murphy second. Radius Williams a third for the first time, it feels like, since the 1960s. Sky Spiders fourth. Lewis fifth. Jake, Zinx Motion and Key in the two Red Bulls in seventh and eighth. Then Lau and Exotic Planes in ninth and 10th. What a session that was. And that was so close all the way through.
There you go. Right, well, Ryan, fantastic qualifying. And I'm now going to pay up everyone that put Ryan to win. 6 people put him to win. To get pole, I mean. Yeah, well, it was a very good choice. Jim, some of the money goes to you, and everyone else that's put money in.
Jaffa said, can he do Austria Tier 3 on Thursday?
Well, I don't think you're...
If he drives in cockpit.
It's just not going to happen, mate. Let's be honest.
Jim's in that Alpine, isn't he?
It sounds like it. I don't even know. I assume he is.
Jim, are you in the Alpine? I mean, I did the draw, and I can't remember. Bum 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 bum.
Yeah.
On my screen, the French flag doesn't actually come up as the flag. It just says FR, 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 FR.
That's just the French flag.
Yeah, but I know it is, but I can't see it. It looks quite funny. Here we are, though. Lovely and sunny day in Styria. It's a real shame because on this game you don't get Jeff the steward standing at the bottom of the shot. Is that you typing in the chat, TK?
Yes, it's me trolling Ellis.
Well, I can just about see the grid. You can see the grid on the right hand side of the screen, just about. You can see Joe Murphy there in second place in his Aston Martin. He's going to be excited for this one, or he should be. I am.
I'm very excited for this race. I mean, Austria always provides something, especially last time we were sat in a similar position. So hopefully we can see some spectacles tonight.
Definitely. 100%.
And I don't actually know when we're starting. In 3 minutes' time.
Oh, wonderful.
No problemo. No problemo.
Right then. Well, I don't really want to say who's going to come out on top in this one. Because I feel like I will get it very badly wrong. I don't know about you.
But then, sorry, I'm replying to Ellis because he's trolling me.
I don't really want to predict who's going to win this.
Kiwi to win from 18th. There you go. That's my prediction. Over and done with. But for real,
I can see it happening.
It would be a massive surprise to see him at the front tonight, providing he's unscathed. But I actually haven't stolen your answer, I'm afraid. I don't look at the chat that often. Otherwise, Ellis might have a go at me again.
No.
Anyway, Kieran to finish P5. See, that's more realistic. He is P5 man.
Well,
so,
could he become P18 man this season? That's the question.
That's his competition, P5 man. I mean, Kiwi blames it all on working, so we'll have to find out and see what happens once he approaches the race. Kiwi Grand Slam minus pole takes the lead first corner. disguised by the backing. Yeah,
I feel like that might require a jump start, to be fair.
Well, you never know. Safety car. If someone gets a safety car, and actually no,
No, I
you'll
mean
have to serve it first.
P1 by P1
Safe.
by turn 1, I think.
Kiwi host. Oh yeah, Kiwi gets Kiwi gets host glitch. Brilliant. I mean, he's gonna just jump up. He's not gonna get a drive through. He's just gonna jump the start. No problem. Good night.
We'll have to see if he does. Be a very Kiwi way to start the season.
Yep. Well, they said they were gonna ready up at 8 p.m. exactly, and they have done. So, formation lap is on. Okay, nice. So, we have an interesting strategy. In fact, a very ambitious strategy from Slapbus. He's on the softs, Bentham Griffiths, and Radius are on the mediums, and everyone else on the hards. What do you make of it?
Well, I mean, it's quite monotone, isn't it? And we got a spot. I mean, Radius on the medium's interesting, with being so far up the grid. If there's a DRS train that he can't escape, he might find himself in a bit of trouble. Because if he pits early, he might slip down a little bit.
Potentially. What was pole quality time? It was a 0.3, I believe. Yeah, it was. Yeah, Jaffa confirmed it. I knew it was a 0.3. 0.3 something. And Jaffa said something very questionable in the chat. I'm not going to read it because Twitch may listen to what I say. But
right, yeah,
I play on words. Play on words. Fair play. Can't blame him for that. It's a tap-in. Anyway. Q's actually been up to date with the qualifying and who went out on the Twitter. Fair enough. I respect it. He was getting bored, I think, of being P18. But never mind. Anyway. I wonder how the start is going to be. I mean, Radius on the mediums, like you said, is interesting. I mean, can he get himself up there ahead of Ryan and Joe Murphy on the start? It certainly can do, but I mean,
we're gonna have
probably
to find out.
Not for very long.
Yeah.
Yeah, Venfam Griffiths makes sense at the back, but the soft tires, I'm not really sure on. It's a different strategy, though.
Here we go. Oh, Dracaris has somehow has got that's gone wrong. I'm not sure how that's happened. But we're at 5 red lights to the start of a new season. BBC Season 12. It's the Austrian Grand Prix, and we are away. It's a good start on those mediums for Radius as we run up towards turn 1. But Joe Murphy's got that inside line on the hard tyre. Radius sweeps around the outside, get a little bit of contact there as they come through turn 1. But they're all through the first corner. There's a little bit of fighting in the background. 2, maybe 3 wide back there as Slapbus improves. There's inside line now. I think that's for Jake on the inside. He tries to get it slowed down. There's contact. There's cars absolutely all over the road. And as they come towards turn 4, they're 2 and they're 3 wide in the mid-pack.
Yeah, I mean, Radius is now in first place. I've not really been paying attention to the carnage, but I do see Lau and Perks, I think, challenging for P10 there. And, wow, Dracarys been disqualified at the start. What did he qualify? What did he disqualify him for?
I don't. It's just facing the wrong way, isn't it? Yeah. I'm really not sure. Slapbus is improving up a little bit. He dropped down. He was 11th, but he's dropped down a couple of positions. Back in 13th. Radius has got away on those medium tyres. He's done exactly what he needed to do on those mediums, and he leads this Austrian Grand Prix. There's a gap between Jake and Zink's motion at the moment, and that might grow because Kian looks like he wants to get a move on past the Alpine driver to get closer to his teammate. We'll watch it from Lou's point of view because he's sitting just behind this battle for 6th. He's going to take a very wide line into turn 3 on the inside. Exotic Plains has seen that he's taken that wide line and tries to sneak it up the inside, but he can't quite pull it off, and Lou continues in 8th. but Radius needs to pull that gap, and at the moment he's not quite doing it.
Sorry, I'm going to be silent. Wow, currently trying to communicate with Ricard and see what happens.
Oh, that's fine, that's fine. Let's see then. Planes on the back of Lou still trying to get past, but of course, Austria, big trains. There's 2 at the moment. Kian is off the back of his teammate, Zinx Motion. I mean, he probably hoped that Zinx Motion drops back a bit to give him that DRS to defend from Jake, but I doubt that will happen. Ryan set the fastest time in 2nd place. That will not be a pleasing sight for Radius at the top of his screen, but he's got 10 hard runners directly behind him.
For God's sake, it's very unfortunate because, well, Dracarys feels hard done by, and I don't blame him, just getting disqualified from the start. But, well, I don't think there's going to be a restart, which is interesting.
It's tough, isn't it? Because he's the only one who's affected, isn't he? So, yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one for him. I wouldn't be overly pleased if that was me. So, yeah, I wouldn't blame him if he was a little bit annoyed at that one. But Griffiths is moving through the field. He's currently up to 11th, trying to get past Perks next. He's on that medium tyre as well. But Radius has not been able to pull. Is that the inside line for Slapboss? I think Slapboss has gone down the inside of Lau into the final corner. You don't see that very often, and Ventham might look for it to the inside. He's sending it to the inside of turn 1, and Lau kind of has to give him the room, but Ventham doesn't give him the room on the outside. And Lau won't be too happy about that, because here comes Chaz, sneaking up the inside. He doesn't get pushed onto the grass like Perez did to Verstappen just a few weeks ago, but he's going to send it up the inside. Careful not to hit the Alfa Romeo in front, and try and control it on the power past Lau, who has slipped back a few positions now, but on the traction, Lau's coming back at Chaz in that Ferrari, and he should be able to keep that position for P14 as they run into turn 4, and he does just about. A little bit of contact, but nothing too dangerous between them all. But an interesting start, isn't it? I mean, that gap between Zinx Motion and Kian is going to be important for that front 5. We've got Radius maybe coming under pressure soon as well from Ryan with the DRS assistance, even though he's on that medium compound of tyre.
Yeah, I'm gonna be silent for a few minutes. I'm really trying to get that sorted.
No, that's fine. Don't worry.
It don't matter anymore, but
Jake's got a 3-second now. Jake already on lap 5 has got a 3-second time penalty. That is rough for him. And he's getting past Kian, though, with that DRS assistance. Meanwhile, Ryan did get back past Radius, but Radius has got the DRS to try and come back at the Alpine driver. Will he go for the inside line? No. He sits and waits behind. And Ryan has taken the lead then. Of course, pole position was Ryan. And he took the point for pole, so he is the championship leader, theoretically, by 1 point to 0 from it for everyone else. It was a long, long way to go in this race, and a lot of DRS and a lot of overtaking still to occur as they fly their way through turn 10, open that DRS for Radius, and run to the line. I mean, you can see that gap between 5th and 6th Zinx Motion and GSR Jake at the moment. Kian might try and fight back with Jake, but they are just going to keep losing time if they keep fighting. Radius with the DRS, he's going to come up back towards Ryan once again. He's going to go past Ryan this time and back up into the lead of the race. Ryan's going to have the DRS back on them as Ventham is getting past Slapboss for P12 in the background. We'll have to see how this develops. I mean, Jake 2.3 off the back at the moment. Kian not making the move. Griffiths getting past Exotic Planes into turn 4. Oh, Exotic Planes onto the gravel. And Ventham's going to try and take advantage of it, and does as well. It looks like Griffiths maybe went a little bit deep into the corner. Exotic Planes still on the outside there, and they bounced their way across the gravel. They're still within the train for now. I mean, Griffiths has got to be careful because he's got to stay within that DRS of DJ Perks. He really does. Let's see, through turn 9 they come. Does he stay within a second? He goes a little bit wide. He may pick up a warning for that, but he is within the second. That is important for him in this race. Kian getting very close, but not quite overtaking GSR Drake at this point. Brady is still ahead of Ryan, but that might change on the run up the hill, and I think it will. You can see it in front of us there. There's too wide up the hill, and Ryan's going to go straight past as Kian goes straight past up the hill towards turn 3. Oh, I think Jake tried to stick it around the outside there, and it's made Kian go a little bit deep. Lou is there as well, and Lou is going to get through on Kian. And Lou might have a run here from Jake for P6. Let's see, to the outside he goes. It's turn 4, but he's got the position. He breaks a little bit late, but he's controlled the car, and he's up into P6 now. Moving well through the field in the opening few laps here is ART Lou. As we see back here, fighting between Penguin Kiwi and Slapbus. I think Kiwi is closer to Penguin than Slapbus was to him, but they single file out a little bit more as they come through this middle sector. Currently finding over 15th, 16th and 17th back here. Meanwhile, Nick's going to have a run. Nick is going to get through. Ryan has got a 3-second time penalty. Ryan, the leader right now, has got a 3-second time penalty on lap 8 of 36. We're not even a quarter of the way through this race, and he has already picked up that 3-second time penalty. That is not good news for him at all. Let's see Radius on the back of Ryan. He's not quite able to get through up to the hill towards turn 3. Will he go for it another time? I mean, he's gonna have in the back of his mind that he can stay behind Ryan and beat him on the penalties. But I'm sure he'll know that that time disadvantage may be a little bit difficult to overcome in that second half of the race. We've got Exotic Plains fighting with Ventham down into turn 4, and Plains is back ahead of the Alfa Romeo driver on the medium tyre. I mean, yeah, not even a quarter of the way through this race, and both Alpine cars have got a 3-second time penalty.
Right, I think I'm back. I tried to do something, and I'm just not getting a response, so nothing's gonna happen at this point. I've just given up. I've tried my hardest, so...
Fair enough. Right, yeah, well, this is interesting. Jordan 3-second as well, but he's right at the back of the field. Lou is closing that gap quickly to Zinc's Motion. Look at that, it's down to 1.7 seconds. It was over 2.7 just over a lap ago as the top 5 Constantine are up. So Lou may be able to pull everyone towards the top 5 once again in this race.
Indeed. Anyway, I actually need to pay attention now. So, what have I missed? Ryan's got a penalty.
Yes, Ryan, Jake and Jordan will have penalties as Chaz and Lau are fighting over P13 and 14. Chaz is up into 13th now. McLaren not having a great day right now.
No, I mean, who would have thought? I mean, Kiwi in P16, it's very... Oh, there we go.
It's even worse.
you've just called that. You've jinxed them even worse.
I mean, I think McLaren are on the least amount of points for any team at the moment. Yeah, they are, because they're on 12. Yeah. They're on 12 at the moment, and Haas are on 13.
Well, the Haas is flying on his own. I mean, what happened to Karas obviously is very unfortunate. I mean, I'll have a chat about that separately. I have said my apologies, not much I can do, but I don't have the power to call anything on my own, so yeah. But anyway, I'm done discussing that with him, so never mind. And I saw Spider was close to getting Joe Murphy, but it's just not worth it pushing at the moment. I mean, only lap 10 out of 36 here, so still to play for the boys at the front.
I mean, yeah. Slapbus's softs have not worked out really for him. He's dropped all the way to the back of the field. And he's going to have to pit either twice or pit with quite old tyres toward the end of the race. Lou has dropped back again from the front group.
Yeah, well, he will be in danger to get overtaken by Jake.
My word.
People are getting penalties here, left, right, and centre.
7 penalties before we've even got a third of the way into the race.
I mean, I know it's quite easy to cut turn 1, but I mean,
Wide at
still.
turn 9, I guess.
Yeah, that too.
And turn. Perks, though, is going to get a bit of a drive against Jake as they come towards turn 4, but Jake's got more power in that Alpine car as Perks tries to stick around the outside, but he won't find any space there. And Jake stays ahead. Lou, though, is still ahead of these guys, and there is still that really tight-knit train for first at the moment. I think there's about, what, 1.3 seconds between them, if that?
That indeed, right.
And you can't see any of the dots on their own there, can you? They're all touching another dot. Oh, spin! Penguin!
Oh, Penguin's done.
That's a shame for him. He's going to be at the back of the field. He's going to need a safety car, really, now to get back into this race properly. Right then, I think Perks might be sniffing blood in the water here.
And Spider may as well. Oh, he was close to getting Joe Murphy out.
Oh!
Oh no!
Oh no, what's happened?
Oh no! Zig's motion has punted Joe Murphy off.
And he's going to come out right in this battle, Joe Murphy. Look, he's going to get 1, 2, 3 on his inside as he drops down into P8 now. He's going to have the inside line for turn 4. Oh, he's going to just about squeeze his Aston Martin there, but he's not going to find enough grip to try and make the overtake. Kean sniffing around, but he can't find a way past. And so was that Zinks just tapping his rear?
Yeah, he must have missed his braking point going into turn 3. Very unfortunate, obviously, for Joe Murphy to be collected down, and he's in P8, but still not very far away from everyone else. So although he's lost time, he can certainly gain it back. He's not far away from the action.
I mean,
so
he's just overtaken Perks into turn 9. So that shows his intent now to get back to the front group as quickly as he possibly can. Lap 13 of 36 now then here in BBC1.
Nicky's just subscribed saying fuck ads.
Yeah. Well, that's why he's done that, to be fair. Jake has got the inside line. Griffiths has got the inside line on Key, and there is so much fighting going on at the moment. The field spread is barely existent. Back here, they're 2, 3 wide. I think it's Lau in front of... who's that? That's Chaz there. As we go back to Lou, getting past Jake to the inside of turn 4. Jake snaking his way on the exit of the corner. Sky Spider, I think after that tap...
Jake and Lou have had a bit of contact there. Jake has got into Lou a bit too quickly, or maybe Lou may have broke a bit too early. It's one of those cases, but obviously not much has happened. Thankfully, hopefully no damage to Jake's front wing. But Joe Murphy is sniffing around those 2 cars, and he will absolutely want to take them on. So at the front, Ryan's going to get a run on Radius, and that's it for Radius. Ryan should be comfortably overtaking Radius on the straight, and he does so, and he gets P1. As Six Motion overtakes Spider, but I think Spider's going to get...
Oh, look at this, though. Look at this. Joe Murphy inside Joe Murphy. He went for the inside. Oh, no. Oh, no. Perks and Jake have come together. I think Joe Murphy was on the inside of that corner, and then Lou saw it coming. Perks was in the middle, and then just did switchback on them. So I don't think anyone did much wrong there at all. I think it was just more of a conglomeration of cars. Joe Murphy's trying for the outside line on Lou here, all the way around turn 6. He's not going to find it there. But it's interesting at the moment because Ryan and Radius, being 1-2, one has a 3-second and the other is on the bad strategy. So, you know, I mean, Zink's Motion might also get a penalty for that as well. So Sky Spider, even though he's 4th, is he currently favourite for the race?
Well, I mean, he certainly is up there. I mean, would I want to see him win? Absolutely. But there's still 21 laps to go. I mean, but he is quietly the favourite, isn't he? As Radius overtook Ryan, but I think Ryan's going to have DRS. He's going to get a decent run, but I don't think he's going to be desperate in overtaking Radius here. You know, like I mentioned just earlier, 21 laps to go. I mean, there's literally no way these guys need to rush any moves going forward, especially with Radius being on the mediums. I mean, it only makes sense to just, you know, keep behind him, do your thing, and overtake him on on DRS first DRS straight. So
Kiwi keeping it clean might give him a few extra points by the end of this race as well. Looking at that tower.
Kiwi's been consistent last season and other seasons with penalties. He obviously tries to stay within track limits as possible. You know, he can get himself into the high positions. He does. Griffiths pits, and so does Ventham. So they're the two first pitters of the session.
Well, that means Radius might be in soon then as well from the lead of this race. Sync's motion has closed but the gap to Ryan to within a second, so he's back in the DRS.
He will be, and Joe Murphy's got 5 seconds to Spider, which, well, in the grand scheme of things, is a lot of time.
I think if Lou is smart here, he will just sit behind Joe Murphy and let him carry him up to the front four.
That would be a smart thing, I do agree, and I think that's probably what's going to happen, unless someone gets very desperate. And, well, I mean, the past races that I've seen, people certainly do get desperate. What happened?
Nick was going very slowly in the middle of the road. Not entirely sure what happened there, as Griffiths gets past Penguin on the colder hard, but he's through. He is through. I mean, Kiwi, I know there are some who have pitted, but Kiwi somehow finds himself 10th now. I think he's got past Jake, and he's got past Perks and all of that. As Perks comes into the pit lane, he might have damage on that Haas. We'll have to wait and see. Actually, we'll have a look. Yeah. Does he have any damage?
Well,
oh, we've got Ryan. Actually, we'll go to the front because Ryan is fighting with Radius, and Ryan gets through on the medium runner. Williams driving medium runner. There we go. And the top four are now again like a tightly knit bunch of drivers.
yeah, Lou overtakes Joe Murphy, but they're side by side. Joe Murphy, unfortunately, due to the contact model, got himself a bit above her, and Kian isn't far behind Joe Murphy, as but I think he's lost all that time going through sector 2 and 3, and well, I think everything's calmed down now. And as a result, they lost 7/10 to Spider there. Joe Murphy pits.
Is this a ploy to try and catch back up on an undercut?
It seems to be that way, isn't it? I mean, I think it's. I mean, in his position, he's got to try something. What's happened?
Sorry, I keep doing that, don't I? Zinc's motion slid through turn 3, and that pushed Sky Spider had to go a little bit wide. But Zinc's motion, I think he just had some rear locking there. Radius has got back into the lead of the race as well. Slapbus fastest lap on fresh mediums, but he's still last in this race of the runners. Joe Murphy's come out right behind Penguin. Shows just how big that undercut is. Look at where Ventham and Griffiths are.
Oh yeah.
They're absolutely flying.
Joe Murphy's 3 seconds behind them two.
Yeah. Into the pits comes Zinc's motion. Radius stays out on those mediums. Is he going to a soft, is he?
It looks it. Kiwi's boxing.
So's Jake, Plains, Lau. Big.
Oh, it's only 3 seconds, that's unfortunate. I think they've seen the undercut. People have pitted, and, well, I think the effect is coming in.
Look at how big that undercut is from from Griffiths and Ventham. Look at that. That's insane. They are only 3 seconds behind Zinc's motion.
Yeah, that is pretty good going, and well, it only gets worse for the people that haven't pit yet. I mean, to be honest,
if they're not careful, Sky Spider Ryan might come out behind Ventham and Griffiths.
Yeah, apparently Ryan had 2 warnings in 2 corners, which is going to be interesting. Radius is pitting by the looks of things. Oh, and Ryan is hitting by while trying to get the corner. Oh, but yeah, Spider's in, Lou's in, Kian's in, Chaz is in, I think Nick will be in. Well, there you go.
That leaves just Penguin and Ryan yet to... And Lou. No, sorry. Penguin and Ryan are the only drivers yet to pit, and here comes Penguin. So it's only Ryan now who isn't pitting. Look at the undercut for Zink's motion. He's got nearly 3 seconds on radius.
No.
And look at Bentham. Yeah, look, here's Bentham on the back. And Griffiths as well. Griffiths is going to get past Bentham. And Griffiths is going to have that DRS on Sky Spider, who's on some cold tyres as they come out of turn 3. But he's still got enough traction, and he should be able to stay ahead. But Griffiths and Bentham... Oh, here comes Griffiths, actually. Can he get the move done on Sky Spider? I mean, he's completely out of position. That undercut has been gigantic for him.
Absolutely, it looks really good so far. I mean, Bentham and Griffiths have absolutely fantastically played this. I mean, 5th and 6th respectively. Ryan's not pitting, so they might get an extra spot there. But fair play to them both. Fantastic strategy so far, and well, very good strategy so far from them.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll have to see how those hards hold up against the mediums as the trains start to splinter after the pit stops. Look at where Ryan is coming out here. Ryan's going to come out behind Griffiths as they come through the apex of turn 1. And there he is. And Ventham as well is going to come through. So Ryan is in 6th position here. And if he gets held up at all, Joe Murphy is going to be in his DRS.
Oh, it's in the pits. Okay, I thought that was him done, but on track, but it's not, thankfully. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens, because Joe Murphy is, well, was catching Bentham and Griffiths, and I think he gained about nearly 2 seconds in the last few laps. So, yeah.
But there are
Radius had wet chosen. He almost threw away the race. Oh my god! Imagine that.
Oh my word.
That is very interesting information that we got there. If it's true, which I do believe, there's no reason why I wouldn't. It'd be mental. Race thrown away just like that.
Two biggest climbers in this race are Griffiths and Ventham. So they really nailed the strategy. Sky Spider's going to have the DRS on radius here.
Indeed. I mean, Kian passes lap. I mean, I will have to say so far, Griffiths with the strategy is certainly up there for driver of the day tonight, as well as Ben from 6 Motion making his spots as well, very nicely there. But we'll have to find out. As the driver of the day system in BBC is now different, so we're not doing it based off the game, but based off just performances on track, which, I mean, does change up a few things here and there. But yeah, I mean, certainly Ventham and Griffiths will be up there for the shout potentially, if they can hold on. And, well, Ventham's got Ryan, very angry Ryan, on mediums to hold up, but I don't think...
And look who's a couple of places behind as well, who's also very angry.
Yeah. Well, yeah, on much older mediums compared to Ryan, though, so...
Oh yeah,
well,
that's true.
Ryan being held up isn't much of a problem, but so BRT Jordan's collecting penalties like it's Lionel Messi. Jesus Christ. Well, I think it's 9 seconds now for Jordan there, as Roy Murphy makes a position, and so does Ryan. I mean, them both just have nothing to say about this. They have just no conversations there. But Griffiths is trying to fight back. I don't think he's going to have enough. And I think Griffiths stays 7th. Ventham will survive for the time being in P5. The new P5 man potentially. But yeah, I mean, Ryan now has got 2.5 seconds to catch to radius, and of course he does have the penalty hanging over his head. So
Zink's Motion is still in the lead here, but I mean. There could be a penalty coming his way. I mean, of course, that would have to be decided by the stewards, but if he tapped Joe Murphy... I mean,
I believe it was him that tapped Joe Murphy into turn 3. So...
Yeah, so I'm saying it's possible he might get a penalty for it.
Indeed.
So Sky Spider, I mean, we mentioned it, might be the favourite. I mean, he'd still like to win it on track, I'm sure. As Joe Murphy gets past Ventham into turn 3.
Yeah, I think that was obvious from the start. I mean, Joe Murphy and Ryan are just simply on it, and well, you can see why. As Griffiths nearly shoots himself in the foot with it, and nearly takes up Ventham with it. Hello, Eli, mate. How are you?
Jordan has 12 seconds of penalties.
12. Well, speaking of penalties, IFE Nick now getting himself 3 seconds on the clock. It's P17. Not really in it at the moment. Not fighting for much, which is a shame. Zinks is going to win it by a mile. Phil Taylor is cheering on Kiwi. Kiwi, where's Kiwi? In P13, just minding his own business. As Radius now looking to overtake Sky Spider, and he's done so, but Spider's gonna get a better run than him. And he's gonna burn all he's got. He's gonna have DRS, and will Spider send it into turn 4? He's gaining. He's gonna, I thought he was gonna bait him. And he nearly did so, but stays third. That's Sky Spider. Ventham's now already lost a second to Joe Murphy, and I have a feeling that Griffiths will overtake Ventham sooner rather than later. Sector 2, someone's going really slow. That was Jordan. So, how is Ventham so sick? Him and Griffiths has absolutely smashed the strategy out the park. And, as a result, they find themselves where they are, which is commendable. It's really, really respectable so far. As Radius has gained some time on Zig's motion, which is nice to see. As we're now lap 26 out of 36 in Austria. Jordan retires in the pits. Probably justified. He's not had a good day. McBroke is McBroke. McBroke in the pits. So that leaves Kiwi in P14. He's chasing the likes of Chaz. As Griffiths and Ventham switch positions. I think it makes the most sense. Ventham has lost a bit of time to Joe Murphy, so he's going to hope to get Griffiths to carry him through to position. And also, an extra position. As Griffiths does have a 3 second. But yeah, I mean, Radius is quick. He's already look how much time he's gained to Zinks.
He has. Well,
Wow.
I mean, yeah. Really, he's doing a good job at the moment. In this, he's within the DRS now.
Radius will have DRS. Yeah, he will have DRS on this.
I just saw before. The person who said Manos, the person who said that recently threw it away, just said mediums won't drop, so either Sky or Jinx are taking the dub. Well, I mean, Radius looks like he's got good enough pace at the moment.
Well, he said that Sky Spider just followed Radius through, and well, it's probably a good job he stayed in P3 and didn't really challenge him. So now look at where they are.
Got a train forming here again behind Griffiths, all the way down to 10th. Lou in 10th.
Yeah, I mean, L Grimes, I don't recognise that game attack. Probably just trying to engineer for someone, I think, in the lobby for the last 8 laps now as it clocks in. Grumpy has nicely pointed out that Ventham has got an ART train behind him, try and catch him, and well, no surprise, as now Lou also gets a penalty, so yeah. Well, yeah, anyway, top 3 is on.
Yeah, top 3 is in a little bit of a train. Radius is close to the back of Zink's motion. Will he go for it down into turn 4? His first real opportunity? No. No, he won't. There's nothing going on here. Joe Murphy, though, on the back of Ryan. They're still going. Joe Murphy might have to settle for 4th if it was to stay similar to this. But he is at the moment within a 5-second gap, I do believe, of Zink's motion. Yes, he is. So if there was a penalty there for Zink's motion hitting Joe Murphy, he might be able to benefit from that as well. But that is going to be decided in the stewards' room. This front three, I mean, the field spread in general has not been large. There is realistically 20 seconds between the field. The top 10 are only split by just over 10 seconds after 29 laps of racing. So there really has not been much of a field spread. Here comes Radius. Still not going to go for it. Oh, but he does give a little bit of a tap to Zinks. Not enough to cause any kind of damage or harm. It's given Ryan a few tenths through that corner, though. Here comes Radius. He's not going to overtake. I feel like Radius is going to wait until right near the end to make the move here. And I think Zinks has to be clever with this. He just doesn't... If he doesn't use his ERS... Because Radius probably won't use his ERS, then he'll stay ahead and then he'll be able to defend as well as he can do on the last lap. Thanks to Manos as well for the follow. 767, bit more than a big Boeing. Followers now for BBC3. Do they make a 767?
I'm not even sure, mate. They could have done, they may not have done. Potentially, I have no idea. Radius does have more pace. He's been absolutely fantastic since he's gone on the hards, and you can see why. So now he's going to overtake Zink's motion going in. Or he's going to take him over. He's going to go take the inside line as Griffiths gets another 3 seconds, which will benefit the likes of Kian and Ventham. And, well, Zink's motion stays first.
Here comes Sky Spider. They're going to be 3 wide. They're going to be 3 wide into turn 4 for the lead of the Austrian Grand Prix. Zink's motion takes the lead. Radius swoops around the outside of Sky Spider. But they're still side by side as they run through turn 5. It's a left-hander at turn 6. And it's going to favour Radius, who takes the inside line on Zink's motion. And Sky Spider's got a great view of this as they battle it out through Sector 2. Oh, my word. If this race needed anything else, it just needed a massive pile-up at turn 4, but they haven't done that. But look at the time that Ryan is gaining now. Look at that. 2.3, 2.1, 2.0 is now the gap.
Indeed. I mean, it's just gonna be like this for the rest of the race, and well, hopefully, Six Motion can hold on and get himself the win on the track. But here comes Radius. Radius does not send it, and I wonder if he's Spider's gonna get a good run. He's not. No, he's not gonna get a run anymore. And well, Radius is gonna get a run, but he breaks just before. He doesn't want to send it, and I think I can understand why.
But for Ryan and Joe Murphy, they just keep getting bigger and bigger as they get closer and closer.
Indeed, it will be very close at the end, and well, I wonder how it's going to be with Ryan and Joe Murphy being involved. Should Ryan catch up in time? Which, well, with this fighting going on, I don't see why not.
There's 5 laps to go. It's a 5-lapper to the end. Ooh, I do not want to call this one. Thanks to FPL Goolsey for the follow. 768 now. We're off the Boeing. Radius has got a bit of a run though. I think Radius is going to go for it here. He is going to go for it. He's just got the pace. Zink's motion is on the button, but I don't know why really. Here comes Sky Spider. Oh my word, there's a bit of contact between them there. There's a little bit of contact between Zinks and Radius as they come up the hill again. Ryan just gets closer and closer as they're going to fight in towards turn 4. Sky Spider got a run on the Red Bull. Is he going to go to the outside? He is going to go to the outside. He's going to make the car dance around the Red Bull, but this time he can't quite pull it off. And again, Ryan and Joe Murphy find themselves ever closer to the front 3 and ever within touching distance of that podium.
Indeed, and there's still 3 laps to go, and Ryan, I mean, I think he scored a little bit. There's a Haas in...
And a McLaren, Kiwi and Perks.
In the gravel era. I think that there could have been something going on there. A Merc and a Red Bull side by side in turn 4. Where have I seen that before?
Other way around though. It's the other way around.
Yeah. It's just what the chat says. What
No, I
Oh,
know,
no.
Mouse has said it.
So,
I've seen it.
well,
Oh, here comes Sky
Manos.
Spider, though. Here comes Sky Spider. There's going to be 3
Oh,
wide
here
again
we
up
go.
into turn 3. It's who's going to come out on top. This is a bad camera angle for them to show us, but I think it's Zinx Motion, then Radius, then Sky Spider. And look who is now within a second without a penalty. Radius is going to get past Zinx Motion once again, but he's got a 3-second time penalty.
Well, that was a huge throw in the chat. I do agree. That is a 3-pointer for everyone else there. Stephen Curry style.
The
Steph Curry.
6-pointer.
Yeah, 6. Yeah. Well,
Oh, my
Steph
word.
Curry would be proud as well. Joe Murphy's now involved, and well, after what you could say, a little bit of a comeback drive after the punt he got into turn 3. Well, it would be seen as impressive. Should he be able to catch up? I mean, 2 laps left, or 3 laps are left.
3 laps
technically,
left, yeah.
of racing, so it's still all to play for. 30 corners, I believe.
Yes, now 29. As they've gone through turn 1, and they're going to come up the hill. Zinx Motion's not going to overtake. And Sky Spider's just going to close in that bit more. And Joe Murphy's going to just close in that bit more. And so... Oh, Ryan! Ryan's taking a trip. I don't know how and I don't know why, but Ryan is taking a bit of a trip across the gravel.
Well, that's it. That's it for him, unfortunately. Not that he was ever in contention with that penalty hanging over his head. But Radius is, well, he will be falling out of the podium as it stands, with the Red Bull, Merc and Aston chasing him down. And I'd assume that may be why Zinx Motion isn't going for it yet. Just trying to play smart game there. Maybe force him into another mistake. As now I've got... the gears were broken for me. Oh, there you go. It's fixed now. Ryan searching for his phone in the grass.
Yeah.
Clearly, I mean, he's properly thrown it. But never mind.
This is absolute high drama, isn't it? Sky Spider.
Oh, Sky...
He's going to send it to the outside. Is he going to try and get the switch back on Zinx Motion here? This is realistically for the win in this race. Oh, has he got a good enough run? Of course, they've both got the DRS because Radius is up in front, and I think the medium tyres will start dropping off very shortly compared to that hard tyre. Perk sets the fastest lap time on the set of soft tyres at the back of the pack.
Someone had to steal it off someone. Someone had to do it. But yeah, I mean, Sky Spider could find himself a race winner after penalties if he can send it on Zinx Motion successfully. He's not far away, and neither is Joe Murphy, so this will be a very, very interesting last lap. 36 off 36, here we go.
1 more minute of racing.
Some drama.
Joe Murphy, 3-second time penalty. Oh, and that's going to keep him off the podium. That is going to keep him off of the podium. Here comes Sky Spider. That's flashing at the back of the Zinx Motion car. He's going to have the inside line for turn 3, but Zinx Motion swoops across the front. Sky Spider's got to wheel alongside, though. Does he get a good enough traction? No, he does not. And I think Zinx Motion might just about have enough on the run down towards turn 4. He's going to have the inside line, but he doesn't really send the car, and Zinx Motion stays ahead. I think Sky Spider's going to have to hope and pray that there's a penalty for Zinx Motion because he's currently going to win this race.
Well, I mean, like I said, literally as soon as I said, we will see some drama. Joe Murphy gets a pen, out of contention for a podium spot, and that will put a downer on him at the moment. But we'll have to find out and see what happens with Zinx Motion as Radius crosses the line in P1, but Zinx Motion wins on track after penalties. Sky Spider in P2, Radius gets P3, Joe Murphy P4, Ryan in P6 as Exotic Plains gets P5, Lou in P7, Venford in P8 after, 21 laps on the hards after that huge undercut with Griffiths. Griffiths gets P10 after penalties, Kian 9th, BRT Chaz in 11th, Kiwi in P12, 11 even, sorry, P11, so that was P12, Chaz in P13th, Nick in 14th, GSR Jake 15th, Penguin 16th, and Perks, who's going to go across the line any second now in P17.
Well, that was quite something, wasn't it? That's a good way to open the season. Radius, just got to feel that Radius threw that away. I mean, he won it very comfortably in the end on track.
Whoa. I mean, would I say he's driver of the day? I'm not 100% sure, but I will say he's certainly up there. I'm not sure who I would put my personally, but like I said earlier, from P12 to P8, I mean, he could have been far, far lower than that if he didn't undercut, so he's done well there.
Exotic Plains,
for his
maybe?
first race back. Exotic Plains, yeah, that was a good drive from him. Zig's Motion from P7 to P1, doing well to stay within radius and, of course, keeping himself to himself, really. Spider, nice, no, he doesn't deserve it, but yeah, certainly a few people deserve that shout for driver of the day.
Could you invite the top 3, TK?
I will do once I've screenshotted the results. So Ziggs can come in the party, Skype, Spider, and I'll invite Radius as well. But Radius is not having it. Okay.
What's Radius not having?
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Lucky boy.
Ah, he is. Okay. I thought it was to do with the race. Well, never mind. Right, I think we've got Radius and Ziggs in. Spider, is he alive?
I just want to know something.
Yeah.
If I like lost 4 tenths by trying to like heal off a pen, would that still count? Or like, can I like remove it?
Pardon?
Like, say if I was to like heal off, like, so you know, if you go wide, right, and you try like slow down to not get the warning.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Never mind.
No.
I do know
has to be
that.
like
I do
collision
know
colour.
you can. I do know you can appeal.
Yeah, you
3
can
seconds
appeal,
on that,
but I don't know how far you'd get with that.
Yeah, I'll just clip it and just see what I could do. But
Yeah.
It's probably not gonna be it.
Well, there you go. It's so Spider isn't in. I mean, we could start off. Dara, I'm happy to let you start the first ever post-race interviews for the season. I'm happy to give you it to our third finisher this race, which I'm actually quite surprised by in the end. But here we are. I'll leave it to you.
Yeah, Radius. I mean, you started third, and then that medium tyre, we weren't sure about the idea of going for the medium because you were the only one inside the top, I think, 12 who went on the medium tyre. But, I mean, you made it work. You took the lead on lap 1, which was the perfect start for you, and then you managed to make the hard work towards the end. I mean, you had some absolutely fantastic pace. So, I mean, if it wasn't for that penalty, you would have won the race. So, are you happy with that start to the season?
I'm pretty happy with my pace. Coming into it, I didn't think I was, I wasn't expecting to get into Q2. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I was very surprised when I topped off in Q1 and Q2. But yeah, no, I bought Q3. But yeah, no, the race, I didn't expect it. I didn't want to go on the mediums. I didn't plan to. I planned to, but like I didn't know. I thought everyone else was gonna go mediums. I saw everyone go hards, and I was like, oh my god, what mistake have I made? So I just tried to get to the front and just try to hold on with the mediums and see what they do, and I just followed them in. Yeah, that was my strat. I'm pretty happy though with the result.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even if you don't get that penalty removed, P3 is still very, very good, and sets you up for a good season. And it's the best. I think you're like Williams' Messiah, quite frankly, after the last couple of seasons. So yeah, well done. Are you excited for next week? We're at Bahrain.
Oh, well, I do like that track.
Oh, well,
so yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Good stuff. Right then, thank you very much. We'll move on to Mr. Wales, Sky Spider. Good evening to you. I mean, you did very well on that race. I mean, you stayed quite quiet. You didn't really do too much in terms of making overtakes, but you came home second. And yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, mate. It wasn't too bad. It's nice to be back on the podium after losing a little bit of pace late season on the last game. So yeah, it's a good start to the season. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be here next week, so yeah, I have to drop a few points there. But I think after that, I'll be here for the rest of the season. Yeah, P2 not bad. I feel like maybe could have got Zinks at the end, but I didn't have enough ERS and I didn't want to send any stupid attacks up the inside just in case I locked the rears like I've always done at turn 3 and I don't know, spun into someone else. But I don't know if Zinks is going to get a pen for the Joe Murphy thing. I don't know if Joe will even report it, I'm not too sure, but I'll take P2 for now and see what happens after the penalties.
Yeah, exactly, definitely. And I mean, it's a good start to the season. I mean, you're back in the Mercedes again. I believe you've won a championship in that Mercedes, haven't you? A couple of seasons back. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, you're hoping for the second, aren't you? And it's a good start, isn't it? To be on the podium. And are you looking forward to Bahrain?
Well, I'm not here for Bahrain, mate. I'm away on
no.
holidays next week, so
Oh, well, that's nice.
yeah.
You going anywhere nice?
No, mate, I'm staying in bloody Wales.
Oh no.
Anywhere in Wales isn't the best place to go. No, I'm joking. I'm going down west, and it's quite nice down there, near Tenby, I think it is.
Oh, lovely.
No, it's quite nice down there.
Yeah.
So
lovely.
probably my favourite part of Wales because my stig's a little bit of a shithole, but we move.
Well done. I mean, have fun. We'll see you when you're back then as well.
Yeah, thank you, mate.
TK, do you want to deal with Zinc's motion? Do you want me to do it?
No, I'm happy to try and get myself involved. I'm surprised I actually made it through the whole race without having to close my eyes because of my race train. But so I actually survived 2 hours of this racing. But anyway, enough about me. So Zinks, my friend. So you started P7 to my knowledge in qualifying.
Yep.
And what happened there?
I just didn't get the final run in Q3 right. I validated turn 1. I think I validated like a 387, so that would put me P3. What would have been
Okay.
quite happy about, but yeah, unfortunately, I just didn't have the quality pace there. Like at the end of Q2, obviously made it just on my final run as well, so definitely a little bit quality pace needed around here.
Definitely, but you'll probably be happy to see that over and done with because you won the race and from P7, so it makes you look a
Yeah.
lot better.
Little
Now that
controversial,
you've won it. It
Uh,
is. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, at the moment, you are the winner, but we will have to see what happens. I mean, I thought it was you at the start that punted Joe into turn 3. Very unfortunate, though. I think you must have missed your breaking point a little bit, or you just
Yeah,
something like
so
that.
what happened, Sky Spider, he was doing this thing where he was burning 20% EOS on the first straight, the DOS on the thing, going into turn 3, and then he's going side by side with Joe, and then he doesn't make the move, and he backs off a lot. I was not expecting
Yeah.
him to back off completely, and then I was either me going into Sky Spider or me trying to make the corner down inside.
Yeah.
Just clipped the rear right of Joe's, and then unfortunately went on the grass. That's what made him lose so much time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the first half
It's
stint,
very unfortunate, yeah.
that was the only negative in that first stint, and then I boxed for a little undercut, worked out beautifully, but I had to use about 100% EOS after that collision. Because Sky Spider did not want to use EOS to get back in the DOS train. He was not using a single
No.
bit.
I
So I
will
had to
say-
get that 1.5 back, and then little undercut, 3 seconds, and then just kept it from there.
Yeah. I will say, I mean, Radius has fantastic pace on you at the end, and obviously you benefit from him having the penalty, so you must feel delighted that you still are on the top in on the
Yeah, I was
podium.
just and that because I burnt so much trying to go for the undercut, and obviously catching back up to the front two of Ryan and Radius. I just pretty much for that medium stint, I just saved my EOS for the first 10 laps. They caught up. I'm pretty sure Radius burned a lot to get back on them hard tires, and then obviously the tire deficit was a lot less when it was fine. And as soon as I saw the 3 seconds, passively went back on myself. I just made sure I stuck behind him. It was close, so I think we went 3 wide, a couple corners there.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, it was spicy racing at the end of that one, but I'm happy to take the win from P7.
It was good
Hopefully.
racing. I will say at the front, it was fantastic racing compared to last night's no assist race. I mean, when I watched that, compared to that race, it was absolutely fantastic. So very well done. I know Spider just left, but very well done to both of you here.
And you won't take
very
an
good
out tonight,
racing.
thanks.
Hopefully, we get to see. Hopefully, you get to see a lot more of that throughout the season. And how do you feel about Bahrain next week? Are you going to be here?
I will be here. I should be here, and it'd be a good fight. I'm pretty sure everyone's done a lot of Bahrain practice and obviously previous leagues and stuff like that, BBS for example. So I think everyone's going to be quite up to pace there. So I think it's going to be good, great racing. Hopefully not as bad as no assists, but I think BBC1 should perform well like it did here.
I am absolutely looking forward to it, and I'm sure you all are here. But very well done. I mean, 6th place is gained as well, so yeah, very well done for you lot. And yeah, that'll be it from me. Dara, I'll leave it up to you.
Yeah, well, thank you. Well done, all three of you. I don't know if Scott's left the party, but yeah, well done to him and the two of you still here. I'll say quickly, thanks to Quick VB, who's followed just now. Always appreciated. BBC Twitch has grown exponentially last 6 months or so, so it really has been fantastic. And yes, we will be back. BBC will be back tomorrow for the first round of the BBC2 season at the Red Bull Ring, but BBC1 will be back next week in Bahrain. Myself and TK, well, I don't know if you'll be here, TK, but I will be here. We'll see if you're back. I don't want to have Jim next to me. Oh God. But if
He's too busy doing NA.
But yeah, thanks to everyone for watching and keeping the chat alive, because it's always fun to read the chat to keep it going. But yes, thanks to everyone. We'll be back tomorrow and next week for BBC. And yes, thanks to you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the evening, and congratulations to Zinx Motion on that win, who will take the championship lead into round 2 in Bahrain.